Hello, this is a benefit summary of the new grassroots-led economic research initiatives. First of all, my name is Dwight Chestnut. I'm an ex-aerospace engineer turned entrepreneur and business consultant. I'm the founder of Minds and the originator of this economic research initiative. First of all, let me go over a quick legal income disclaimer because I do discuss income in this overview. Okay, I will briefly explain to you why it's professionally and financially beneficial for you to participate and or support this economic research. However, there are no guarantees of success. Your results will vary based on what you decide to do with this information. All right. So again, which benefit do you like the most? Let's go over again here. Benefit number one. You can secure crowdfunding dollars to launch your business. Benefit number two, once you are successfully crowdfunded, you can market your business to a large captive audience at no cost to you. Benefit number three, you can work part-time as a remote owner and earn 3 new ownership-based compensation resources. You work within your field of expertise or area of professional interest. Benefit number four, benefit 1, 2, and 3 are part of a free system, and you can still earn significant referral income simply by referring others to this free system. So yes, it's free, and you can still generate substantial income by referring others. Now, all of these benefits are accessible to you as a contributing member of the Minds Economic Research Hub. Okay, again, no cost to participate. Just plug in, learn, participate, and earn. All right. A few key points. Don't let the phrase economic research scare you. Because in other words, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Just be willing to learn, engage, and contribute professionally and part-time online within your natural field of expertise or area of professional interest. In other words, what you do every day, right? By doing so consistently, you can access one or multiple benefits depending on your level of engagement and professional contribution. All right? Now, here's the key point, though. There is a lot to learn here. Okay, so my objective in this short introduction overview is to first introduce you to the system, just a quick introduction, and then direct you to an aggressive and fast-paced earn while you learn follow-up. The earn part is benefit 4, where you can earn immediate income simply by referring others to a free system, because we're looking to grow the environment. Okay, the learn part is I will direct you to the Minds Educational Hub where you can dig in, learn more at your own pace, interact, and collaborate with other participants in this system, and prepare professionally to take advantage of benefit 1, 2, and 3. Again, at no cost to you. Okay? So hopefully I can get through this fairly quickly. I figure about 30 minutes long presentation here, so somewhere in that range. Okay? So what is economic research? Kind of do a quick snapshot here. Don Tapscott, in his book Wiconomics, has a simple but famous quote. It states, mass collaboration changes everything. Mass collaboration changes everything. So when considering the growing income inequality issues where the gap between rich and poor is rising at alarming levels, we are looking to explore using the economic power of large-scale grassroots-led mass collaboration to address this income inequality issue. Okay? Now, what do I mean by grassroots-led? Grassroots-led means a mass collaboration among common, ordinary people without relying on investors, venture capitalists, financial institutions, big corporations, or the government. Just everyday people coming together online to accomplish something unique and new and actually address and solve a large-scale problem such as income inequality. Okay? Think about this for a second. Society always look to the government and politicians to address and solve issues such as income inequality, with no measurable results to date. I mean, it's been around for years, but nothing ever happens. The gap is continuing to increase and rise, right? So, ask yourself, why not explore using the economic power of large-scale, grassroots-led mass collaboration to address this issue? Why not? What are the possibilities? This is the question we're asking. Now, another key point, it's important to note that this project is not tied to any political movement, protest, charity, or street marches. Completely void of those kind of issues. Instead, economic research activities involve grassroots-led online collaboration, crowdfunding, and business production, which is key toward creating new economic realities. Now, ask yourself, what business production and economic realities? Well, we use the economic power of mass grassroots-led collaboration to motivate, create, staff, and crowdfund the formation of thousands of new enterprises that are 100% owned by workers, or we call them worker-owned enterprises. Again, we use the economic power of mass grassroots-led collaboration to motivate, create, staff, and crowdfund the formation of thousands of new enterprises that are 100% owned by workers or worker-owned enterprises. Now, why worker ownership? Let's take a look. According to the Economic Policy Institute, right, productivity has increased by 86% since 1979, while wages have only grown by 32%. This disparity is a significant driver of today's income inequality. Now, the solution does not lie in waiting for politicians and corporations to take actions, as I just mentioned before. It's about worker ownership, because when workers own what they have created, wealth increases for everyone, not just those at the top. That's key. Worker ownership, we think, is the key long-term solution to solving income inequality on a large scale. Okay. Also, what is the best way you think to ensure that the masses benefit from AI and not become a victim of it? Answer: own a percentage of the income and the productivity AI creates. In other words, ownership. Own assets. That's the key. Across the board. Okay? So, now research from Harvard indicates that families could potentially double or even quadruple their wealth with worker ownership. Now, this is not just theory, because worker-owned businesses already exist. However, large-scale adoption has been minimum because the movement has relied too heavily on outdated top-down models, which has proven ineffective. For example, think about this. These old top-down models have been around since 1956. In other words, worker ownership model has been around since 1956. But how many worker-owned organizations do you see today? Very few. There are some, but very few. Okay? Why? Because those old top-down, the current solutions that are out there as far as implementing worker ownership is not effective. Okay? Real solutions must emerge from the bottom up or grassroots or from the grassroots level, not from top down. Now, when I mention top down, I mean like the government driving in, or corporations trying to do internal transitions to a worker ownership model. It doesn't work. It hadn't worked for years. Okay. Key is we must motivate staff and crowdfund the formation of new worker-owned organizations from ground up, brand new organizations from ground up, completely independent of traditional corporate or government help. In other words, it has to be 100% grassroots-led or from ground up. Okay? How do we do it? Well, we start by forming the crowdfunding, which is key. Small worker-owned enterprises staffed primarily with part-time remote worker owners. In other words, we start online part-time, producing very simple worker-owned organizations, or staffing and crowdfunding these simple worker-owned organizations from ground up. Now, this creates a smorgasbord of new opportunity for individuals to earn significant ownership-based compensation part-time online as remote worker owners. Create value for people who want to participate and help test these new models, right? If successful, over time, we advance to crowdfunding enterprises staffed with full-time worker owners. Okay, so starts online, test, evaluate, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then once we get what's working, we move offline and begin to expand what we do. That's kind of like the essence of what we're doing here. Okay. Now, there are many pieces to the puzzle, and we introduce, teach, and deploy each piece according to the following 4-stage business plan. Pre-launch is stage 1, which is early introduction. Stage 1, early growth and development. Stage 2, building the foundation. Stage 3, main operations. And stage 4, which is corporate integration. As you can see, pre-launch is stage 1, stage 1 is stage 2. It's all online. This is the early prototyping or testing of the models that we implement, right? Then if pre-launch stage 1 and stage 2 is successful, then we move into stage 3, where we begin to crowdfund the formation of organizations that are 100% owned by full-time worker owners, which is where we want to go. Then over time, we just expand, creating more and more and more of these new organizations from ground up. Now, in stage 4, if we're successful, eventually traditional companies, corporations that you see every day, will want to say, hey, we need to consider these new worker-owned models because they're working. People are making money. These organizations are successful. So how can we integrate what they're doing into our everyday operations. And that's how we slowly but surely integrate worker ownership into the mainstream workplace over time, obviously. This is obviously years out, right? But most of the activity in the near future is probably online, planting the seeds to see what works and see what doesn't work. All right? Hopefully that makes sense. Now, each stage is supported by a unique crowdfunding solution. For example, pre-launch phase 1, we use what we call early support crowdfunding. Pre-launch phase 2, a new program called the Empower the Crowdfunding System. Stage 1, we use a more mainstream version of the Empower the Crowdfunding System. In Stage 2, a new program called the Gradual Entrepreneurial Allocated Resource System. And in Stage 3, a new program called the Virtual Income Machines. Now, all these are, it's a bunch of alphabet soup, right? But all these are, it's just brand new crowdfunding solutions that we must grow and build and test from ground up to fund these new enterprises. Because why? Again, we cannot rely on any traditional crowdfunding. There's too many stumbling blocks and too many limitations on those traditional models. Even traditional crowdfunding doesn't work. In this system. Okay? Or at least it doesn't work at the scale that we need it to work. So therefore we need to build brand new solutions from ground up, all driven by what? Mass collaboration among the grassroots sector. Okay? Now, let's get just a little bit more into crowdfunding, beginning with what I call the foundational resource, which is the Empower the Crowdfunding System. This is foundational. This is more of a solution we use to build out the infrastructure. But as far as actually funding new organizations, everything starts with the Empower the Crowdfunding System. So let's take a look. Okay, now, so what is the Empower the Crowdfunding System? For example, with traditional crowdfunding, individuals in the crowd come out of pocket to donate or invest in entrepreneurs projects presented by fundraising. People just decide to support out of pocket those organizations. Any entrepreneur looking to raise funds through crowdfunding. Now, with the Empower the Crowdfunding System, the crowd uses the system to earn significant part-time income first, and then they are encouraged, not required, no one's legally required to do anything, to donate or give back a percentage of the funds they earn to support fundraising. In other words, the crowd is financially empowered first by this system, and then the crowd is motivated to give back to the system. Now, this system features itself because once we fund the first set of worker-owned enterprises, and those enterprises start earning income, then those worker owners of those enterprises join the empowered crowd with the ability, again, no one's required to do anything, to donate back. We encourage people to donate back month after month after month, not just a one-time donation. Okay, this creates a renewable and ever-expanding fund for years to come, like a snowball rolling down a hill. Okay, if you think about it, it's a simple grassroots-led, right, concept where those benefiting from the system donate back to support their peers. Simple concept, but powerful if it works right? Now, will it work? Well, the bottom line is we will put it to the test as a natural part of economic research activities. So remember, the crowdfunding solutions also will be tested in this model. So everything is research, right? We will test the models and put it to the test. And so we would test and validate and make adjustments where applicable, so on and so forth. But this is the foundational economic crowdfunding solution that we use. It's very powerful. For example, now consider this. How do we get it started? How do we jumpstart the system? In other words, how do we get the snowball rolling down the hill? Benefit for participants will jumpstart the system or get the snowball rolling down the hill. Remember, benefit for participants earn significant referral income simply by referring others to a free system, right? So they are the first to earn income in this system. In other words, they are the first empowered crowd. So they will jumpstart the ECFCS, or the Empowered Crowdfunding System. Okay? Now, projections. Based on early projections, right? Based on the business models that you'll learn later, benefit for participants will collectively jumpstart ECFCS with at least a $16 million per month crowdfunding solution or crowdfunding engine, month after month after month. Again, this is just a projection. You'll learn about it later. In fact, I'll go over the numbers later. But as you can see from these early projections, the potential funding here is powerful. This is massive. It's not some little Mickey Mouse deal. This is massive. Okay? And this is just a jump start. Wait until we begin to fund organizations, and those people earning income of those organizations make money, start donating back. This grows and grows and grows. Right? So the potential is massive. Now, key point to note, this projection will also be put to the test, right, as a natural function of economic research activities. We run business model. We run the business model, the benefit for model. Evaluate income production and measure the average percentage donated back, so on and so forth. In other words, we test it and make adjustments and try to improve as we go along. A lot of potential. Our goal is to put this potential to the test at every level. Okay? So the bottom line, again, you must completely bypass all traditional sources of funding and the associated stumbling blocks and create new solutions from ground up and put these new solutions to the test. So the Empowered Crowdfunding model is just one of these new solutions. It's simple, but powerful. Now, you will learn the other resources at the Minds Educational Hub when applicable as we advance stage by stage. But these new solutions are extremely powerful, which build off of the Empowered Crowdfunding system. It just grows and expands. Continuous access to new resources, new funding to finance and fund these new worker-owned enterprises to the point where the number of worker-owned organizations can actually rival traditional companies and corporations, and eventually, the economic dynamics can eventually encourage those organizations to begin to integrate worker ownership models into the mainstream workplace, as opposed to the age-old hourly wages and salary benefits, which everyone knows is just over broke, and no one, that will never significantly help the average individual expand their wealth. Why? Because people naturally have a limitation in their time, right? You only have so many hours a day you can work, so obviously your income is limited. But when you own, you will own the fruits of your own productivity, which is key, I think, to long-term wealth and prosperity for the masses. All right. So benefit 1, 2, and 3. Take a quick look at benefit 1, 2, and 3. Benefit 1, it's actually fairly simple now that you understand the foundation of the research. We secure crowdfunding dollars to launch your business, or you can secure crowdfunding dollars to launch your business. In other words, to secure funds, you need to position your business as a worker-owned enterprise in the system, because that's what we're doing. We're creating new worker-owned enterprises. So we show you how you can package your enterprise as your business idea as a worker-owned enterprise within this environment. Okay? Now, you will get plenty of help and support from participating consultants and coaches. Okay? Again, there's a lot here, so obviously you're going to learn more at the Minds Educational Hub, and you can obviously access the hub at step 2 below this video. Okay, but that's the essence of the way you can secure crowdfunding for your business. And it may sound weird or different, but once you get into the models, it's really quite simple. It's more of a collaboration approach where you'll be collaborating with other individuals in the network by creating and running a worker-owned enterprise. And the benefits are significant relative to a traditional company. Okay? You'll learn more about that later on. Benefit number 2. Once you are successfully crowdfunded, you can market your business to a large capital audience at no cost to you. Now, as a participating worker-owned enterprise, you get to link your website to the Minds Operational Hub. Now, over time, we anticipate growing a massive captive audience of individuals supporting and tracking our efforts here, which could create significant visibility for your business. Again, at no cost to you. Free marketing, free promotion, once you position yourself as a worker-owned enterprise in the system. Okay? Again, many details involved, but you will learn more at the Educational Hub. So, again, the link, step 2, the link below. Because I don't want to get into all this in this presentation. My goal is to keep this presentation reasonably simple and to the point. Okay? Benefit 3, work as a part-time remote worker owner and earn 3 new ownership-based compensation resources. You will work within your field of expertise or area of professional interest in this environment. Now, in this case, you will collaborate with entrepreneurs who get crowdfunded by positioning their business as a worker-owner enterprise. I call it peer-to-peer collaboration, where you will be collaborating with other entrepreneurs in the system to form new worker-owned organizations, where you will be working with the entrepreneurs who got crowdfunding for their business. Once positioned, you show up for work online part-time as a remote worker owner in collaboration with the entrepreneurs that you network and collaborate with. Large-scale, grassroots-led collaboration. In this case, it's peer-to-peer, one-on-one. You will be collaborating as a professional with the entrepreneurs who got funded and who are plugged into the Operational Hub. getting traffic and visitors from the network, and you would plug in, and when he needs to expand, you would simply plug in, help him, and you guys would collaborate on what type of worker-owned benefits you guys, they will pay you. And again, you will learn the models. We have a new model that we implement. You will learn more about at the Educational Hub called the Empowered Employee Compensation Model, which is a worker-owned model that we teach and use. How you collaborate, what kind of compensation you pay, so on and so forth. It's a lot there, folks, but potential is massive. Massive. Benefit 4. Okay, benefit 1, 2, and 3 are part of a free system, and you can still earn significant referral income simply by referring others to this free system. So yes, it's free, and you can still earn significant income by referring others. Now, first of all, we refer benefit 4 participants as referral partners. Okay, you learn that term. We use that term throughout this short overview. So, ask yourself, how does referral partners earn income by referring individuals to a free online platform? Take a look. To monetize, we encourage all referral partners to participate in a simple strategic alliance, again, collaborate, to link up to 3 network marketing distributed websites to all referring activities, right? Now, these network marketing distributors operate under the hood of our referring activities. In other words, referral partners promote the economic resources platform I just went over, not network marketing, but network marketing happens in the background or under the hood. Let me show you how it works. First, let's assume that you want to participate in this referral program. You would follow instructions and sign up with the recommended network marketing distributorships. Again, some investments required here, right? Okay. Now, you place your distributorship, once you have your distributorship, you will place your distributorship websites in the signature section of the Facebook message, DM, email, or whatever media you use to refer others to this new economic research platform. Right? Then, you simply refer others to this platform, encouraging them to learn more about benefit 1 through 4 and this research program that you just went over. Okay? Now, as you do so, some people you refer will review options, benefit 1 through 4, and decide to join you in benefit 4. Some will, some won't. Those that do will locate your distributorships in the signature section of your referral message, join the distributorships, and you earn income linked across 3 network marketing distributorships. Actually, you can do 1, 2, or 3. It depends on what you want to do. You have the options to sign up for either 1, 2, or all 3. So it's all up to you. Now, those you refer who choose not to participate in benefit 4 will simply plug into benefit 1, 2, and 3 at no cost to them. So the bottom line is you're literally referring people to a free system and earning income under the hood. Here's a summary. So in essence, you are earning income by promoting a free online platform. Or I guess technically you're earning income by promoting benefit 1, 2, and 3. Benefit 4 does require an investment. So effectively, you're earning income by promoting the free online platform identified by benefit 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Another way to look at it is you are building multiple network marketing distributors under the hood of referring individuals to a free online platform. Okay. All right, folks. So with that in mind, you can earn up to 9 income streams from the 3 distributorships. Again, 3 direct commission income streams linked to the initial sale of a product or service. This is your immediate income. 3 monthly income residual income streams linked to the monthly renewal contracts of a product or services sold. And 3 override commissions income streams tied to the general overrides from all 3 distributorships. So a lot there, folks. Out there. Again, you can participate in either 1 distributorship, 2, or 3. Okay, but it's all operating under the hood of just simply referring people to this economic research campaign and allowing people just to tap into benefit 1, 2, and 3 at no cost to them. Like I said, those who decide to benefit, tap into benefit 4 will make small investments to integrate into the network marketing models that we use. Okay. All right, now, consider this. Earlier we mentioned that based on the early projection, benefit 4 participants will collectively jumpstart the Empowered Crowdfunding system with at least a $16 million per month as a lead in to stage 1. In other words, that's our projection, right? Let me show you how I came up with the projection. Very simple. Here are some key assumptions feeding this projection. We anticipate bringing on at least 50,000 referral partners globally during this pre-launch period. Each referral partner will earn 9 income streams with 6 monthly residual income streams. I just went over that, right? And on the average, each referral partner will decide to donate at least 10% per month, month after month after month into ECFCS. Again, these are just assumptions, folks. Some may donate 5, 6, 10, 20, whatever. These are just assumptions we're making for this projection. Okay? With those assumptions in mind, here it is. It's very simple. Out of the anticipated 50,000 referral partners, we assume that 1,000 members will earn at least $30,000 a month. Right? Those are the go-getters. 10% donated back, that's $3 million per month. 10,000 members out of that 50,000 will earn $7,500 per month. Again, 10% donated back is $7,500,000 per month. 39,000 members will earn $1,500 a month. Again, 10% donated back, $5,850,000 per month. So when they add them up, it's $16,350,000 per month. Right? Again, just a projection. It's a very conservative projection because, quite frankly, those numbers, I think with 3 distributorships, in other words, if you go back, these numbers, I think it's going to be is extremely conservative. Extremely conservative. Okay, but again, we use very conservative numbers, and this is basically the projection we're working on. Again, we would test, evaluate, and put this thing to the test as we move forward here. All right. So again, that's where the numbers come from. All right. So how do you get started? Bottom line, as of this presentation, we are currently in the early pre-launch to stage 1 growth period. We're in the very early stages of development. Some people call this the ground floor because technically we began to crowdfund the new worker enterprise in stage 1, right? So the primary purpose here during this phase is to do what? Is to run the benefit for models, encourage people to donate back, and prepare to meet this $16 million per month projected funded target in order to launch stage 1. That's where we're at. Okay? Of course, we use Benefit 4 to jumpstart, feed the beast, so to speak, to make money and begin to donate back in order to fund stage 1 activities. All right, so how to get started? So as of this date and time, the best way to get plugged in is to get started with Benefit 4 as an earn while you learn option. That's where it's at as of right now. If you wait 6 months to a year and a half out, then obviously we would be in stage 1 blowing and going. You have an opportunity to plug in that activity then. But if you want to get plugged in right now and start earning income and preparing for that time frame, get started with Benefit 4. Here are the options. First, you earn multiple streams of income simply by referring others to this system part-time online, starting immediately. You automatically join the Empowered Crowd, help launch the Empowered Crowdfunding system, and help fund the first EECM enterprises or worker-owned enterprises in stage 1. Okay? While you are earning income, this is key, you visit the Minds Educational Hub, learn more about the concept, the models, and systems feeding Benefit 1, 2, and 3, and prepare professionally for when we launch stage 1. So this is where we're at, folks. This is a system. This is based on this date and time. This is where we're at. I highly recommend if you want to learn more before participating in Benefit 4, you can. I think I have a PDF version of this presentation below this video, or just go ahead and hop into. You can click on step 1 and step 2 below. Step 1 would get you a little bit more details into what we're doing relative to Benefit 4 right now. Very simple. In fact, we're only starting with this 1 distributorship. We're in very early stages, so we just start with 1 distributorship. Very simple, very affordable for anybody who wants to participate. So just click on step 1 and below and learn more about that. Then move on to the Educational Hub on step 2. Learn more about operations. And at the Educational Hub, there's several courses that sort of expand on the information I just went over here. It'll give you more insight about the working on models, more insight about general operations and how we're planning on doing this thing. Okay? But the bottom line is, the essence of this project is to grow the membership. And while we're growing, people use benefit for to make money. That's where it's at. Because we can't launch stage 1 unless we got people donating back into the system. That's what time it is. Okay? All right, folks, appreciate the time and hope to see you inside. Thanks. Bye-bye.